I'm not entirely sure what timeline we're in or why things keep changing and everything, but I was waiting for the second weekend box office for Barbie and Oppenheimer, Barbenheimer, as the internet has so eloquently dubbed it, and to see what sort of drop off there was going to be, to see if all the speculation, oh, it's a one hit wonder and everything, and boy, oh boy, the naysayers, the hate boners for this movie could not be more wrong, and the numbers prove it. Regardless of what you think about this movie, what about Barbie, to say it's popular and running roughshod over pretty much everything else out there is an understatement. As of right now, let's go ahead and refresh this while I'm recording. $774 million box office worldwide, $351 million domestic. Now, I've watched it and I'm going to talk about it. I've talked about it a few times if you caught me on live stream at all, but hey, why not? Let's get this on record. A nice little easy little snippet. I don't think it was that bad. I let my daughter watch it. She's old enough. There was one moment where she had a definitive WTF face, but that was when the Kens were having their little beach battle, dance off, and everything. It was a major what the fuck moment. There's no denying that there are cringe ass moments in this movie. I do not believe it is for children, and I don't think it was advertised for children. Preteens, it is a PG-13 movie. This movie is, in my opinion, fun nonsense. If you go into it looking for uber feminist message, you're going to find it. If you decide to take it seriously, I don't know what to tell you. It starts off with a 2001 Space Odyssey parody. That right there, I wanted to see the delivery. I heard the rumors, I heard the spoilers. I wanted to see how it delivered. And in the entire movie, from beginning to end, again, outside of two extremely cringy speeches, it's an over-the-top parody of everything. From the Barbie world, from the feminist messaging, which is what Barbie is. I mean, this may come as a shock, but Barbie is a feminist idol from being a child, where Barbie can be anything, to try and teach children that they can be anything. They can be more than just playing with baby dolls. Now, some people might see that as like, oh, they're making children think, little girls think they shouldn't be mothers. But it's like, no, by the end of the movie, there's another speech that kind of contradicts that when they talk about how about just a regular Barbie that wants to be a stay-at-home mom. That's in the movie. They go off on another speech to the teenage daughter that's a massive twat for most of the movie, but actually turns around. She goes on her little speech about Barbie made unrealistic standards, unrealistic beauty standards for women to achieve to, even though Barbie's a fucking doll. I never understood that speech there from the modern-day feminists. But the movie it's a massive parody, more than it could possibly be propaganda. If you go into this thinking that, oh, this is uber feminist propaganda, my goodness, I must have watched a different movie. I try to be honest. Do I think it's a good movie? It's not something I'd want to watch again. Again, cringy moments, roll my eyes so hard in the back of my head I could see my ass. But the numbers don't lie. $774 million. Oppenheimer is doing damn just as good, $400 million. There's some speculation that the Barbenheimer meme is helping it along, and you know what? That's just fine. It's two movies for two definitively different demographics. One's rated R, one is PG-13. Barbie, now I think the creators of the Barbie movie, I don't know. I wonder if it was their intent to make it so overblown, the feminism, the misogyny, the misandry, everything. It's turned up to 11 if you're familiar with that term. So I couldn't take the movie seriously. I was genuinely laughing, whereas when it's something like Velma is just modern day feminist jokes, that was terrible. I didn't laugh one time. Barbie made me chuckle. The set design was top of the line for sure, but stuff like that is not going to get a movie to make $774 million. Also, an uber feminist propaganda movie I don't believe that's going to make $774 million. What's going to help push that along is the idea that, sure, it's fun, it's funny, and it's over the top parody. And in the end, the idea that Barbie would rather be a human, like the human world that she experienced with all these so-called toxic masculinity. She was slapped on the butt at one time and then summarily punched the guy in the face. And there were consequences. She was arrested. Her and Ken were arrested. They stole clothing and they were arrested. So it's almost like instant consequences for a female character, which makes me think that how much of this was an uber feminazi movie. I don't know. Maybe I just have different ideas of what a preachy modern day third wave, fourth wave, whatever the buzzword is. Maybe I just have different ideas of what a feminist movie is. I don't know. I know what Barbie is. Barbie was a feminist doll. It was made to cater to girls who wanted more than just playing with the baby dolls. A more mature toy for girls to play with while still falling in line with girls' toys. But what about Ken? Ken was a sideline character. He was ignored. He was mistreated. Ken in the toy line is an accessory, much like Barbie's clothes and cars and Barbie Dreamhouse. Ken was never really a major character or a major toy in the toy line. Sure, there are different variations of him, but none of them were as important as Barbie. Why? Because it's Barbie. It's a toy for girls. Boys had G.I. Joe, He-Man, all these other male-centric toys. The girls had this. This movie was made for girls. I'm not entirely sure how much Greta Gerwig wanted to push the feminist movement movie, or whether or not she was trying to push a parody. It does make me wonder. Because if she was trying to push the feminist movie, I don't think it landed the way she expected it, especially since a lot of people are talking about how Ken was the unsung hero, the underdog in the show, especially with all the memes going on with Ken. I think they're overtaking the Barbenheimer meme. But again, Barbie and Oppenheimer, 2 weeks in a row, dominating the box office, totally embarrassing Disney left, right, and center. Disney can't put out a success to save their lives in the past year. How much do you think Barbie's going to make? Is it going to stall after next weekend? Word of mouth. I think it had a 45% drop off week to week. That is fantastic. For the second week, it made $93 million. That's the kind of box office that Disney would pray for. But, did you see the Barbie movie? I still need to see Oppenheimer. I've heard it was good. I'm definitely going to watch it. Because, God damn it, if I watched Barbie, I'm definitely going to watch Oppenheimer. Got a few movies loaded up, waiting to be seen. But I don't think Barbie was as bad as some channels are making it out to be. It's too over the top. It's too overblown to be taken seriously. I think it's more of a fun little movie, not for kids, but for preteen girls. Guys, if you have to go see this, I'm sorry. if you have to go see this to please your significant other, hey, go for it. Have a laugh. Do not take it too seriously. Definitely do not take it too seriously. But let me know what you think in the comments. Am I not thinking enough about this? Do you think it's propaganda? Did you find it to be a parody? Let me know what you think in the comments. I think I said that 3 times already. I need to stop doing that. Leave a like, leave a dislike. I appreciate you making it this far. Have a good one.